All right, let me address the Lopez fans directly. You said he's going to knock Loma out. You said 3 rounds, 4 rounds, 10 round. It's a knockout, too much power, Loma's too small. Now, Lopez wins this weird decision. We'll talk about that in a minute. And probably the worst scorecards in boxing fucking history. We'll get to there. Trust me, we will get there. But now, he wins by decision, which, we'll get to that too. And people are saying, or Lopez fans are saying, I told you so. I told you he was going to. It's like, no. You told me he was going to knock him out. You told me, about this, dangerous power and this Gennady Golovkin-esque power that, is going to just, annihilate Lomachenko, and that did not happen. In fact, I don't think Loma was ever hurt, not one time in the fight. I'd argue it the other way. At round 11, I think Loma hurt him with that hook, and then earlier on in the fight, if anyone hurt anybody, Loma hurt Lopez, okay? There was that low blow, but Loma handled it well, shook it off. Anyway, moving forward, what did I say in my prediction video? I said, I got Loma by decision. It should be a boxing clinic. Now, I also said, here, people are quoting me all over line. I've had like 1,000 people tag me, literally 1,000. I'll show you. And, the thing is, they're leaving out the second part of what I said. I said anything can happen. And, I don't want to hear it from the Lopez, cheerleaders if it goes the other way, because Loma's been out of the ring for 14 months. He's fighting a much bigger guy. Lopez damn near a welterweight in there tonight, okay? He was really big. I mean, this is basically like, Loma fighting like a Terrence Crawford, okay? So he did a good job, in those terms, okay? Fighting a much bigger, younger, man with more power. And I told you, look, I've been telling you guys this from the beginning. Anything can happen. And this is why I don't like boxing, because these people come back and say, oh, I told you he was gonna win, you were wrong, hey. It's just like, it's like dealing with a bunch of children, and they leave out, the other 9 minutes of my video when I said it's a dangerous fight for Loma. He's been out a long time there, and I literally said, I think even in the title, there's going to be ring rust. He's not gonna look like, the typical Lomachenko, although he said he'd be 100%. I knew he wouldn't be. You can't. When you're a fighter, you have to be in the ring, you have to be active, or you're not gonna be yourself. Now, to be honest, I'm not impressed with either guy. If I'm a Lopez fan and a Loma hater, I don't know how hard I'd be riding this victory, because I don't think either guy looked all that great. Lopez didn't do what he should have done, and Loma didn't do what he should have done. It kind of reminded me of like maybe a Pacquiao Jeff Horn, right? And again, these scorecards, oh my God. I mean, I'm going to make a whole video breaking it down. You had one judge giving Lopez damn near every fucking round. I mean, like, look, when are we going to stop this? Like, when, as a boxing community, when are we going to step forward and say, you know what, enough is enough? The Adelaide Bird, the CJ Ross, and now we have, who was it? Hang on, let me look this shit up real quick. Sorry, guys, watch the damn video. 116, 112, 119, 109, 117, 111. Was it Letterman? I forget who it was, but damn it, people are still tagging me. But that scorecard was crazy. And again, we're going to break it down. But, I don't know. I think Loma was a little too patient in the first half of the fight, obviously. And then he turned it up in the second half. And, I think they tried to take him to deep water and, and wear him out. But, again, I don't think either guy was performing at, peak condition, at a peak level, right? At this elite A level. You can't be out of the ring that long, and expect to come in there and look like the Lomachenko that fought, all the guys from the past, right? It's not like Luke Campbell and all of them. It's not going to happen. Or Walters, whatever. Even with Teofimo Lopez, when he fought Comey, he looked way better in all of his other fights. If you look at the Loma fight and compare them to any other fight, both guys look like shit tonight, in my opinion. But I know what you're thinking already. Oh, no. Lopez, he did a lot better. You're not giving him credit. No, I'm giving him credit. I am. But you have to look at the circumstances. And the fact is, Loma was in there, fighting a guy 2 divisions higher, and handled the power quite well, nullified the power, in fact. Okay, that's number one. Number two, Loma, again, he had a lot of ring rust. You can see it. And I also said in my video, Lomachenko, he's going to get old. And I said this even before the Luke Campbell fight. If you look at that amateur career, the Olympic career, it's a matter of time before that catches up with him. And he didn't look hungry tonight. Neither guy did, really. It was just, I don't know, man. I wasn't really impressed either way. I mean, I guess if I had to say what impressed me the most about the fight, it would be that Lopez, his boxing skills, okay? He's a much better boxer than I thought he was, because we all just rely on this dumb power, just this wild, almost like that Deontay Wilder type power where you're just throwing haymakers and shit connects, okay? But his boxing skills, he did a good job tonight, but did he? But did he? That's the thing. We don't know. And we really need a rematch. We don't know. Was Loma having just a really bad night? And even a bad night for Loma, he's still a great fighter. Don't get me wrong. He's still he goes from elite to A level. Like a bad night for Loma, is A minus, right? But now let me put it this way. Let me give you a hypothetical. Okay, had these guys been in the same weight division, I think Loma would have stopped them. Okay, but because Lopez is much bigger, right? Fighting at damn near welterweight when he weighed in tonight. Because of that, Loma couldn't stop him or couldn't really hurt him. I'd say hurt him twice, but not seriously hurt him. So you have to really break it down and look at the facts. And the fact is, I'm not impressed with either guy, again, to be honest. I'm being 100% honest. As far as like how I would score the fight, I'd be cool with a draw. I'd want a rematch. I'd be like, look, these guys have been out of the ring for 14 months, over a year. There's no crowd, I don't know. I would just want a rematch. Now, there isn't a rematch clause. So what is Loma going to do? I don't know. Is this the end of Lomachenko? I highly doubt it. I don't think he's going to handle this loss well. You could tell after the fight he was very disappointed. But again, I think Papachenko had the wrong game plan. They went in there and they tried to take it easy in the first half of the fight and then turn it up in the second half. And I think they should have just came out of the gate guns blazing. And I even said that in my video. They need to have the right game plan. And I could almost tell by watching their videos, Papa Lopez was saying, no, we're going to go 12 rounds. We want to take them 12 rounds, So I don't know. I think they had the wrong mindset. And they needed to be a little more hungry. I think they kind of got tied up, being that, elite, star power level or whatever. Instead, I just don't think they were hungry enough. I don't think either guy was, to be honest. But, again, to all the Lopez fans out there that are trying to say, well, I told you so. No. Look, we put up a poll, and I'm going to show it in my next video in my boxing group. Over, I don't know, a few hundred people voted. One person, let me pause. One fucking person had Lopez by decision. Okay, you go read all of my comments on all my videos. I think maybe 2 or 3 people, said Lopez by decision. Now these same people are, I told you so. I told you. No, you didn't tell me shit. You told me he was going to knock him out, and he should have knocked him out. Again, where is this scary, crazy, dangerous power? He looked very weak and just frail, really, his boxing skills and ability that we didn't know he had, saved his ass tonight, and it really did, so I don't know what else to say, guys. It was a weird fight. I figured Loma would do a lot better, but I don't know. It's almost like he was holding back or he didn't want to be there. But again, I'd be cool with the draw. Giving Lopez damn near every round is really a disservice to boxing. It is. And that's exactly what is wrong with boxing. And the commentating, my God, you want to talk about nut hugging, just gone mad. Jesus Christ. The Tim Bradley and all them, you would think that they wanted to date this dude. I thought Jim Lampley was biased or Kellerman or whoever. Wow. The biased commentating was over the fucking top. So, and whenever they started reading the scorecards, I knew they were going to, and I'm not going to say rob, I knew they were going to give it to Lopez, because to me, it was a gift, right? It was a very close fight. And, here's the thing, kind of like when Gennady Golovkin, lost against Canelo. He didn't do what people expected him to do, right? Like in that original fight, and it was a draw. And that's kind of how I see this, almost like a Canelo Gennady Golovkin, where, both fighters didn't really live up to that expectation, so it was a draw. I think that would have been fair tonight, considering, we just went through a global pandemic. These guys have been out of the ring. There's no crowd, all of that. There's a million reasons why, but I think it should have been a draw because of that. And just not even a draw, I'd call it a redo. We need a redo, okay? But again, keep in mind, Lopez is a lot bigger. I don't think people understand that. So he should have dominated, in terms of power and at least had a knockdown or at least hurt Loma, and he did not. But he did a good job tonight. I'm not going to take that away from him, but I was pretty much just unimpressed with both guys. I was kind of disappointed in the fight. There wasn't any real moments, not any. Like if you go watch the highlight reel, it's like a jab landing or maybe a body shot landing. There isn't any, like neither guy really had a moment to me that defined their victory or their loss one way or the other. It was just a boring kind of, boring fight, and all we could hear are these biased fucking commentators yelling and screaming about how great Lopez is, so I don't know, guys. That's pretty much my take. But again, to the Lopez fans out there, I don't know how hard I'd ride this victory. Your boy didn't win every round. He should have knocked him out. He's fighting, this is like a high school kid fighting someone in junior high. Okay, so he should have done a lot more. And I'm being honest. I'm not trying to take anything away from him. I'm being honest. I think Loma should have done a lot more. They should have changed up the game plan, after, 6-7 rounds. They should have said, hey, we might be down on the scorecards. We need to pick it up. And they did. I know a lot of people are saying that, they gave Loma round 12. That was, the deciding factor, because they said Lopez had the first half, Loma had the second half. But, a lot of people are arguing round 12. Again, it reminds me of Gennady Golovkin, Canelo all over again. So I don't know, guys. That's pretty much all I have to say. Like I said in my 3 videos that I made leading up to the fight, anything can happen. And if Loma wins, I'm not going to gloat. I did say that, and I wouldn't. If Loma knocked this dude out in round 1, I wouldn't gloat. I would say the same thing. I think they both have been out of the ring a long time, and they need to do it over again. These are weird times in boxing, and, Lopez, he got a gift tonight. He got a gift decision. The stars aligned. He caught Loma on a bad night, and it is what it is. What can I say? It is what it is, and hey, that's boxing, But, was it a robbery in terms of scorecards? Yes, it was a robbery. In terms of, the right man getting the victory, it's debatable. It's debatable. The thing is, I want to watch the fight again. I watched it one time tonight. I was half asleep. I was like talking to people on Twitter and Facebook and YouTube, and it's very hard to really say. I need to watch it again, but that's pretty much my, I guess my reaction to the fight is kind of unimpressed by both guys. I don't think either guy did what they set out to do. But again, all these Lopez nut huggers out there, please just stop. Please stop. Please. And as far as like, counterpunch said this, he said this, no. That's what they're doing. I said, Loma should, I think he'll put on a boxing clinic, but anything can happen. These are weird times in boxing. We don't know. I made it so clear. It's in my comment section. I made videos about it. It's on Twitter. It's on Facebook. It's everywhere. But whatever. Anyway, so I would say congratulations, but I can't even really do that. Like, again, even if Loma won tonight, I don't know if I congratulate him, because it was a close fight, and I think we need a do-over. Let me add one more thing. You can tell ESPN, they are desperate to have a new megastar, the cash cow. And I really think they were being, really unfair with the commentating, and that's why. It's all about money. They want to hype up Lopez. He's young, and they're going to make a lot of money off this kid. So keep that in mind. Loma is on his way out. Lopez is on his way in. So, of course, they're going to hype this kid up. So, all right, guys, have a good night.